Evacuation warnings issued in Lake Tahoe Basin as Caldor Fire nears. A massive wildfire grew closer to iconic Lake Tahoe Thursday, spurring the first evacuation warnings for those inside the Tahoe Basin and recommendations that tourists wanting to visit the area should stay home. The Caldor Fire has grown to more than 139,000 acres on a trek that also destroyed the small town of Grizzly Flats. It was 12% contained Thursday evening, and its growth toward Lake Tahoe, the popular vacation spot featuring picturesque beaches, emerald blue waters, rocky shorelines and stunning landscapes in the Sierra Nevada, made the blaze the #1 priority nationally for firefighting resources. Assigned resources have grown to nearly 2,900 firefighters, 21 helicopters, 245 engines and dozens of bulldozers since the early days of the fire, which began August 14. Ongoing damage assessments have counted about 650 homes, businesses and other structures destroyed so far. Another 18,000 structures were still in danger. The edge of the Caldor Fire was less than 15 miles southwest of the lake, according to data from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's GOES satellite published by Google. Fire officials issued new evacuations Thursday that included areas inside the Lake Tahoe Basin. Christmas Valley, which sits beneath the steep summit in the basin, was given an evacuation warning, while those in the nearby Twin Bridges and Echo Summit areas, a little more than 10 miles south of Lake Tahoe, were told to leave immediately. Caldor Fire, knocking on the door of Lake Tahoe area, becomes nation's #1 priority for firefighting resources. The normally stunning views of the freshwater lake were replaced by a thick, suffocating yellow haze and ash that pelted visitors. Ramona Trejo said she and her husband came to Tahoe to celebrate their 50th wedding anniversary. They escaped the unhealthy air to play the slots inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Trejo, who uses supplemental oxygen because of respiratory problems, said her husband wanted to keep gambling. "I would want to go now," she said. South of Tahoe, Rick Nelson and his wife, Diane, had planned to host a weekend wedding at Fallen Leaf Lake, where his daughter and her fiancé had met. But the smoke caused most of the community to leave. The Nelsons spent 2 days arranging to move the wedding from the glacial lake several hours southwest to the San Francisco Bay Area. "Everybody's trying to make accommodations for the smoke. And I think it's becoming a reality for us, unfortunately," Diane Nelson said. Crews had hoped the soaring granite cliffs separating the blaze from the Tahoe Basin would shield the lake and nearby communities, which include many resorts. But officials said the blaze, like others across the state, had already been proving them wrong. They have remained hopeful the fire would be stopped before actually reaching the Lake Tahoe Basin.